So a report came out that the Knicks are actively exploring a trade reunion with Dante DiVincenzo, with the December 15th trade deadline fast approaching. Now this is going to be expensive. It's going to cost Deuce McBride and more because we're talking about a player who shot over 40% from three in last year's playoffs, a guy who broke the single season Knicks record for threes in a season. I mean, Devo is an absolute weapon, and if the Knicks were to get him, I think that would be the piece that would put them over the top. And I don't just mean winning the East, because right now, where the Knicks are at, I think absolutely they can beat the Pistons and the Cavs and the Celtics, assuming they get Tatum back. But OKC, Denver, maybe Houston, those are going to be the teams that I think the Knicks would struggle against. But if you bring in one of the best shooters in the game, someone who already has chemistry, of course, given that he played in college with McHale, Hart, and Brunson, we've already seen what he can do with the Knicks. He came in as a bench piece, ended up starting, and just couldn't miss. I mean, Devo, I'll never forget when he hit 11 threes against the Pistons. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I had just moved into my first apartment and Devo went absolutely off. I remember I made myself dinner. Not that anyone cares, but the point being is that this is a huge, huge piece to the Knicks. And let's kind of talk about it. So the first thing that we've got to get into is, well, what would it actually cost? And I have two trades that I think are pretty realistic that I'll share with you guys that were mocked. So the Knicks get Devo. The Timberwolves get Jose Alvarado, Jordan Clarkson, and Gershon Yabusele. And then the Pelicans get Pacome Dadier and Tyler Kolek. So immediately you can see we're giving up four players to get one. Now, this is the ideal trade without Deuce. I don't see a world where this happens without him. The more realistic trade that I'm going to share with you guys is the Bulls get Yabusele, Deuce McBride, Dadier, Clarkson, and Shannon Jr. The Wolves get Kobe White. And then the Knicks get Dante DiVincenzo and Bones Highland. I actually like that. I'm a big fan of Bones. I wanted the Knicks to draft him years ago. So in terms of this potential package, so the Knicks lose depth. I mean, it's just giving up four players to get two. I mean, now you have two less guys coming off of the bench. I think it's worth it. I mean, any single time the Knicks can get better, I think they absolutely should do that. It's very rare that I'd be willing to agree to a trade revolving Deuce McBride. I think he's just a crucial piece. I think he's the best point of attack defender on the roster. He's a clutch shooter, and he's also on a team-friendly deal. He's in his mid-20s. But DiVincenzo, I mean, his production, what we've already seen, he just completely changed the Knicks franchise. They don't get Cat without giving up Devo. I mean, everyone talks about Randall. The piece that actually made the Wolves, for those of you that don't know, accept was DiVincenzo. Once the Knicks threw him in there, they agreed. So clearly he's a valuable guy. He's averaging 13.2 points. He's shooting efficiently from three. His assists are up to 3.7, so he's showing improved playmaking. And his salary is just absurd. I mean, $12 million for DiVincenzo. Cat makes like $60 million a year, guys. I know Cat's a star, but $12 million is one of the cheapest deals given what DiVincenzo provides. And this is a huge offensive piece. Obviously, he'd instantly become the best shooter overall on our team. He's clutch. He literally embodies being a New Yorker. Like, this dude came in and was tough as nails and went right at the Pacers. I mean, I'm looking at his highlights as a Knick right now, and it just kind of, it brings back good vibes. Man, I know vibes is kind of overused, but that's just what Devo brought. Is he literally became a fan favorite of mine. He was only here a year. It felt like he was kind of just born to be a Knick, and this is the type of piece that should get Knicks fans very excited because now, I mean, the Knicks are very good. I mean, they're scorching hot right now. They're top 10 in defense. The offense is the best I think it's ever been in the Brunson era, but that doesn't mean they're going to win a championship. I still think that another piece could be huge. And when OG's on the floor and healthy, the Knicks just should not move him. They'd have to move him to go get Giannis. They probably would have to trade McHale and OG and then some to get Giannis, and that just doesn't make too much sense. The Knicks are already lacking depth. Technically, you lose that by getting DiVincenzo, but as long as you don't trade anyone in your starting five and you get a player of this caliber, I mean, could you imagine the Knicks starting Brunson, McHale, Hart, Cat, and OG, and then having DiVincenzo off of their bench as the sixth man? I'm not huge on necessarily losing Clarkson and McBride. I mean, Clarkson's kind of like hit or miss. When he's on, I mean, there's just not a better bench scorer in the league. But then there's times where he's not on, and he also is not a good defender. I mean, DiVincenzo is a huge upgrade. Deuce and Clarkson, and then, I mean, Yabusele, I'm not really too concerned with. I mean, I feel like the Knicks are going to move him regardless. Like, I feel like there's just no way Yabusele is a Knick by February. I think he will be traded before then. He might even be traded in a couple of days from now. Like, you kind of never know. I'd love to know how close these two sides are because there's always reports about the Knicks are interested in this. There's been talks like Alvarado. Now, Alvarado, I know those talks are advanced, and that's a trade that could definitely happen. We'll talk about that in the next video. But in terms of this one, I want this to happen, man. I mean, I remember buying a J.R. Smith jersey. What was it, 12 years ago to this point? That was well, I didn't buy it. It was a gift. I was, in middle school. But I remember asking for a J.R. Smith jersey, and it was the first time I had ever actually owned a jersey. And since then, I've bought some more myself. But there was something about JR that I just kind of fell in love with. His ability to come off the bench. I mean, he could start if necessary, like Devo was a starter. But it's just those guys they're just high volume shooters. They can put up 15 to 20. If you ask them to get you 30, they can do that as well. And J.R. Smith, I mean, his time as a Knick, I mean, very few of you probably, well, actually, you know what? I have a pretty much older audience, so you guys are going to remember J.R. Smith. This is shot creation. There wasn't a shot he didn't like. And DiVincenzo is the same way, but it's also the toughness. Like, the Knicks had to deal with the Heat. They had to deal with the Celtics. They did beat the Celtics, but there were some tough teams, the Pacers. And now it's the same thing. Like, OKC is potentially forming a dynasty. And I spoke to a Celtic fan late last night, and I asked him about the Knicks, and he said, hey, I think the one team that honestly is going to be able to give them a real shot is a healthy Knicks. And I mean, if I have that same talk with him about DiVincenzo now on the roster, I have a feeling that he's going to feel very differently. Like, DiVincenzo isn't just a bench piece. It's like a valuable bench piece. I mean, this is literally a championship level piece for the Knicks, because even when the Knicks traded when the Knicks traded for Cat, they gave up Randall, a first-round pick, and Devo. I remember, like, the first thing I thought of, I was actually kind of disappointed because I saw Devo was in the trade, and I liked him that much, and he meant everything to the Knicks. And there was nights where just nobody could get it going, and then DiVincenzo kind of stepped up. Like, that performance he had on the road against the Pacers, I think he dropped 40 in that one and gave the Knicks, like, a fighting chance. I mean, that was one of the best performances the Knicks have had in years. And as soon as they moved him, I mean, they just weren't as tough, and they've since overcome that, of course. Like, the Knicks are far from a soft team. They're very physical, and their defense is just on a different level right now. But by bringing in DiVincenzo, the Knicks, they go from probably a 55-win team to like a 60-plus win team that can beat anyone. Like, OKC, I can promise you, does not want to see the Knicks with Devo. Like, last season, the Knicks had 2 double-digit leads against the Thunder. Fortunately, they squandered both of them. But had Devo been out there, I do think things would have been a lot differently. Do the Knicks beat the Pacers with Devo instead of Deuce? That's for you guys to decide in the comments. Do they have a better chance, in my opinion? Absolutely. And again, I love Deuce McBride. I never wanted him to be moved, but if that's what it takes, absolutely you go and get it done. But it's unrealistic to say that, hey, look, the Knicks are going to go out there and they're going to trade Yabusele, Clarkson, Kolek, and Dadier for Devo. Sure, the Timberwolves could move off of Devo, but like, they're not going to do it for that. Like, that's just kind of crazy. Like, Anthony Edwards is in his prime right now. It's not even really in his prime. And I can pretty much promise you the Wolves have a good record. I don't even know what it is, but I'll put everything I have on it. Yeah, they're 15-9. Like, 15-9 is very good in a crowded Western Conference. So just if they lose Devo, they need to get something valuable in return. And I don't see a world where it isn't Deuce McBride. But also, if you're the Knicks, do you basically give away all your depth and Deuce to get Devo? I don't know if they do that, but I feel pretty confident to say that the Nova boys would sign off on this to get Devo. Are you kidding me? I mean, wow. Wow. I mean, I'm just so excited to even get a report on this, man. It just feels so unrealistic, but I'm all here for it, man. It's more realistic than getting Giannis to this point, so